We didn't do things the easy way, that's for sure. But you know what? I told the girls, last night after we lost, I says, you know what? We're not checking out of the hotel because we're going to be planning on playing 3 games. It's going to be very difficult, but we're going to win one pitch, release, refocus, do it again. And try to get after it and see what happens. And I couldn't be more proud. Obviously we had some times today where we felt like, we weren't playing real well, but I thought we answered. We got down and in that first game, and we were able to come back and score some runs. And big time clutch hitting. That was probably the biggest thing, and that's what we talked about last night. Is we didn't have that edge at the plate that we needed to. We weren't really aggressive in some of the counts that we needed to be in, and from the first inning of the first game this morning, we were a lot more aggressive, and had a much better presence in the box. The one that Danny hit down the left field line, I don't know if the wind or what, but there's not a straighter ball hit because that thing hugged the line the whole way down there, and everybody saw foul ball, oh it's foul, and it landed right inside the line, So yeah, the breaks went for us today a couple of times. Where things like that, a couple of bloop hits that got over people's heads, so and all season long, we haven't had any of those breaks go for us. When we were here playing Mesa earlier in the year, they dinked and dunked us, and hit some home runs, and they beat us in every way possible, and we didn't get any breaks in those games. Bases loaded, 1 out, she's up, line drive to the third baseman type of stuff. We didn't get any breaks. We got some of those breaks today, and we made some of those breaks. We made plays that we needed to. Brenna's catch in left field was big time, 2 of them. Danny's diving play at third base a couple of times. Those plays right there are momentum changers. You go grab the momentum and keep it in your dugout. And anytime you're playing a home team, you have to do that. That's what I told them. When we got there, is we have to set the tone early. We have to have victories early so we can keep the momentum on our side. Because if you let Mesa play with momentum on their side and let them swing it like they know how, they're really, really tough to beat.
Honestly, I just knew that I had to throw ground balls and rely on my defense behind me, and they had my back the whole entire time. So, really good, really good. Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling as a freshman. So,
well deserved, that's for sure.
Thank you.
I can't find the words how it felt. They've been nailing me inside all game and all weekend, and just making that adjustment. And I said, okay, you know what, let's just relax. I know they're going to throw me inside. Let's scoot a couple inches off the plate. And, yeah, I saw it and didn't miss an inch of it.
I told her right before, I said, all you got to do is be on time to an inside pitch. And she said, yep, yeah. Because, they've been able to get her out, hard in, whether it's a called strike or, kind of on the hands. It's just be on time to that pitch and good things happen.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating because that was my pitch. That's me and Jessica Gonzalez's pitch is low and inside, low and inside. That's all they're throwing us. And I said, all right, let's make an adjustment. Let's do this. Come on now. But, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. And I told the girls, I says, being in the regionals, since we were postseason eligible, from the first time we were postseason eligible, we haven't ever been out of the regionals. And that's really difficult to do. And I told them, I said, you guys don't understand how difficult that is to sustain that level of excellence, or that level of achievement for that long of time. But I told them, I says, it's all about the heart that they have. We lost a couple of series. We lost to Mines and we lost to Mesa early in the year, and we bounced back and had started to string the victories together, and started to swing it a little bit better. We started to pitch it a little bit better. But yeah, to sustain that level of achievement for that long, because a lot of people say we got to regionals, and that's kind of that's what they hang their hat on. It's always going to be a disappointment if we ever don't make it to regionals, because that's the expectation that these guys have, and that's the expectation of our program.
And just having that thought in the back of our mind while we were playing, I think definitely lit a fire under our butt the entire weekend. And we said, okay, let's take it inning by inning, pitch by pitch. But at the end of the day, we need to get this done and we need to do it. So.
Yeah, it's the RMAC's a grind, and everybody knows it. Whether it's basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball, whatever. We have 10 straight weekends of 4-game series, and that's hard. You need a deeper roster, a deeper pitching staff. Healthy bodies. And knock on wood. We only had one injury this year. So it's hard. you know, and we had 6 road trips and only 4 home series. So yeah, and we knew it was going to be difficult. And it tests you mentally, it tests you physically, it tests you academically, you know. So yeah, we knew it was going to be a different challenge. You know, in the Pac West, you only have 32 conference games, and you have big long road trips either to the Bay Area or Hawaii, you know, and then long home stands, and then some breaks in between. So it's different that way. With the RMAC, it's every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, it's really difficult, but you know what? We're happy to be here. Selection show, yeah, who knows? Selection show Monday morning, and then we'll find out. Obviously, we're probably headed to one of the Texas schools, Commerce and Kingsville. You know, those have been the top 2, and I think they're playing in the conference championship tonight. So I can't imagine that they would go out of the 1 or 2 spot. So, you know, we'll play wherever they give us. You know, and we've been, you know, everything from the 1 seed down to probably as low as the 7 seed, you know, in the years that we've been in, you know, so we've been in all of the brackets, you know, whether it's the 1-8 game, the 2-7, 3-6, 4-5, doesn't matter. And I told these girls, it doesn't matter when we play, because we had the 8:30 game twice, you know, in this tournament, you know, and I said, hey, you know what, big deal. We're up for 6 a.m. for weights or 7 a.m. for weights, so big deal. It doesn't matter when we play, it doesn't matter who we play, it matters how we play, you know, and we played pretty well this weekend.